do you get predictable sales from a podcast?
So how you get predictable sales from your podcast is by understanding your dream customer. Now, that's kind of a thing that gets thrown around a lot in our industry. People always talk about understand your dream customer, identify their path, identify their struggles they kind of go through. And that is something that is really, you need to do still. And it's cliche, of course, but here's how to actually making sure that you're understanding your customer. That's by throwing out hooks, stories, and offers in every single one of your podcasts, simply just to test if they actually work. You can go to your different types of platforms you have. Social media has a certain amount of access to people, your Facebook groups, your email list, your webinars, all that type of stuff. But in very few other places, the podcasts, can you actually test when people are leaving listening to your show? Now, that's something very interesting to think about. Is that's a great way of actually testing if what it is you're talking about is really working to people. On top of that, when you systematically make sure you actually have people going to your offers, is having different outros. This is a big mistake everybody's making right now. Every one of their outros is like, hey, buy my course or jump on a free call with me or whatever the heck it is, or even subscribe to my podcast. Stop saying subscribe to my podcast. Nobody does it. It doesn't work. It's been tested. It doesn't work at all. So I have a secret thing as well. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But for right now, I want you to think about, if you're going to talk about content, you need, if that's what I'm going to be counseling you guys and coaching you guys on, I'm going to have a content success frameworks call to action at the end of my podcast. If I'm going to be talking about growth strategies, I'm going to talk about like, hey, if you are interested in growth and everything for your podcast, make sure you go see this case study. Make sure you go buy this course, or make sure you even go watch this webinar, that type of thing. Or even if it's monetization, I have a different outro for that one. So having specific outros is super great, as well as understanding what offers align best with which type of content.